Development. Prime Minister releases the commemorative postage stamps on Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Mandir and a book of stamps issued on Bhagwan Ram around the world. The components of the design include the Ram Mandir, Chaupai. Also, there is an importance of sun, the Saryu River, and the sculptures in and around the temple. All of them are part of those postage stamps. The images on your screen right now. Payal with us on the broadcast. Payal, talk us through these visuals, please.
Well, of course, this is a very, very important development that has come to the fore. This stamp book, which is an attempt to show the international appeal of Prabhu Ram, and of course, cutting across various societies. The 48-page book covers stamps issued by more than 20 countries, including US, New Zealand, Singapore, Canada, Cambodia, and organizations like the UN. So, obviously, the golden leaf sun of the Sundays and the Chopal led a majestic icon of this miniature street. The five physical elements, which is, of course, air, fire, earth, water, and the sky, known as the Pancharatnas. Panch Prabhutas, in fact, they are reflected through the various designs and elements. And the Prime Minister, this commemorative stamp book, essentially as we build up to the Ram temple. And it's a huge, huge development given to the fore that thing that Ram is not just a very, very significant issue or an issue of Astha only in India, but across the world, including countries like Cambodia, New Zealand, Canada, amongst the rest. And in a bit from now, Anusha, the Prime Minister will in fact be releasing his video message to the people of the country after this particular stamp book.
All right, Pal, getting us all those details. These are commemorative stamps that have been released. Pal, just a quick word on how the entire country is looking forward to the 22nd of January. The Prime Minister has been at various temples, and 11-day special observance is also being held by him.
Yes, the Prime Minister doing some activity or the other, as it is known as Anushthan in the Hindu terminology. That you do some form of rituals every day in the build-up to the 22nd January mega consecration ceremony, which not only India but across the globe is being looked forward to. And this stamp book is just a reflection of that. The Prime Minister actually sending the message loud and clear. He was in fact in Kerala, where he went to the Rama temple there. Earlier also he went to Panchvati. He also went to the temple, in Andhra Pradesh, essentially associated with the Ramayana. So the Prime Minister telling the people of the country, especially the youth, that the journey of Ram has not been a journey of the last 2 years, of a journey since 2002, but it's been a journey of the Astha, the faith and the Vishwas of people from close to 500 years, and people have been waiting for nearly 500 years, if we're to be believed, to wait for this moment to really see in their lifetime. Of course, the Prime Minister will be gracing the occasion on the 22nd of January in Ayodhya, where it seems that the whole world is descending towards right now, Anusha.
All right, Pal, getting us all those details. My colleague Pallavi Ghosh also joining us on the broadcast. Pallavi, the Prime Minister releasing the commemorative postage stamps.
I think the best part about all of this, Anusha, is that it is not just about India. The stamps have been issued by other countries as well, which has seen the influx of the Hindu tradition, culture. For example, Cambodia being one of them, which we know there's a lot of Astha. And if anyone who travels to Cambodia does see, for example, the remnants of Hindu tradition and religion and legacy over there as well. The Panch Bhutas, as they are called, the Panch Dhatus, which matter to us, which is the ethos of Hindu religion, they are found enshrined as far as the stamps which have been released. In a short while from now, we are also going to get a video message coming in from the Prime Minister explaining the importance of these stamps. So clearly the big build-up to the Ram Mandir's Pran Pratishtha, which is going to take place on 22nd, has already begun, and that's the entire idea of the release of these postage stamps, which are now going to be captured in posterity.
My colleague Aman Sharma also joining us on the broadcast. He's been tracking all the developments from Ayodhya, getting us more perspective on the story. Aman, the Prime Minister releasing the commemorative postage stamps, it only goes on to show how important, historical 22nd January and the occasion is going to be.
Well, absolutely, Anusha, there's no doubt about that. And the Prime Minister has been part of an 11-day Anushthan, which he started last Friday, which he'll be keeping till January 22nd when he lands here in Ayodhya to the Ram temple premises, which is behind me. This is the road that leads to the Ram temple, and lots and lots of devotees here today. And of course, the BJP and the Prime Minister, completely invested in the January 22nd function. We will see the Prime Minister coming here, taking a dip in the Saryu River, also walking all the way up till the Ram temple, also going to Hanuman Gadi. In a way, all these steps, be it the release of this postage stamp, books, PM's visit to temples across the country. He's also already been to 3 temples in Andhra Pradesh, in Maharashtra and in Kerala, which are closely associated with Lord Ram. So Prime Minister Modi has completely immersed himself in the devotion of Lord Ram and the Anushthan that he's undergoing for the last 11 days. He started last Friday, as I said, and we'll see the culmination of that when the Prime Minister arrives here in Ayodhya on January 22nd morning for this memorable day of the Pran Pratishthan. And today itself is also a historic day in Ayodhya, because today the new Lord Ram idol is going to be placed inside the Garbhagriha of the temple in a short while from now. So in a way, the momentous day today as well, and of course on January 22nd.
Absolutely. Let me quickly check if Pallavi continues to be with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, Aman also is with us on the show. Aman, I want to take a moment and talk about the politics around this entire show. The opposition parties have been trying to hedge their position as far as the Ram Temple Pran Pratishtha ceremony is concerned. Some calling it a BJP RSS event, TMC holding a Sarv Dharm Sambhav rally of sorts. The Congress party saying they're going to visit later. The opposition antics, and how is that likely to play out in the run-up to 2024?
Well, clearly there has been some course correction by the Congress party since they earlier last week had said no to coming for the Jan 22nd. The press statement that they had issued that Mallikarjun Kharge, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary and Sonia Gandhi will not come for the Jan 22 function, because they said that Mandir is incomplete, and even many Shankracharyas have said they will not go. Since then, of course, we have seen some damage control exercise from the Congress, from some of their leaders visiting the Ram temple earlier this week, and now it is expected that Congress leaders, Samajwadi Party, the RJD could visit the Ram temple at a later date this month or early next month. So in a way, the opposition saying that it does not want to go to a BJP RSS function, but clearly, if the mood in Ayodhya, you see, and as we've been speaking to many devotees over the last few days, people are not buying this argument. People saying that when you have been invited for a holy, auspicious day, why don't you want to come to that day, on that day to Ayodhya? Is it because you don't have Astha in Lord Ram? And I think the Congress realizes, especially their state cadre and their cadre on the ground, realizes that when they go to seek votes from the electorate in another couple of months for the Lok Sabha elections, this will be a question which will be staring in their face, because the BJP has already made this into a political issue about Congress shunning the January 22 invite along with other leading India alliance partners like the RJD, TMC and the Samajwadi Party.
Two facets, if you can also quickly talk about that. One is that Ayodhya is all set to celebrate the historic day. The city is full of festivities. You've been tracking that for the past few days. So first, tell us a bit more about how many people in Ayodhya, what kind of security arrangements have been made. And the second aspect on which if you can briefly touch upon, because you had a lot of conversations with a lot of priests and mahants in Ayodhya. The Shankaracharyas have taken their different positions as far as attending the Pran Pratishtha ceremony is concerned. What are the religious leaders from Ayodhya saying?
Well, Anusha, if we speak of the rush in Ayodhya, since I've come on Monday, I've been told by authorities that the rush has almost doubled from last week. Last week, about 16,000 people used to come daily to the Ram temple. Now, at least over 30,000 people daily are coming. Today, in fact, I saw huge crowds here. It could be touching even 40,000 today. And next week, after the Ram temple opens for public viewing on January the 23rd, authorities are expecting about 50,000 to 1 lakh people daily to come to the Ram temple. And the figure could very well touch 1 lakh given the rush that we are seeing already to see the makeshift temple so far. And the temple is closing on 20th and 21st for the ceremony on the 22nd. Or maybe also this rush is there because the temple is going to close for the next 2 days. Also on your second question about the Shankracharyas raising objections to the Ram temple ceremony, well, if you speak to the saints and the seers, they are very clear in Ayodhya, and even some others have given very clear statements about this. The priests who are handling the entire Anushthan ceremony, the Pran Pratishthan ceremony as well, that, January 22nd is a date chosen as per the Hindu Panchang. It is a very, very auspicious date. Priests say it is the date of the Abhishek Muhurat. It's also a day where 4 other good omens are happening along with Jupiter, the planet of kindness, being in the same alignment with these 4-5 celestial good omens happening, and such kind of a Muhurat won't come till 2026. So that is why January 22nd has been chosen. Another point that the saints are clearly saying that, a Pran Pratishtha in a temple can happen if the Garbhagriha is complete, if the doors of the Garbhagriha are complete, the ceiling is complete, the walls are complete. It has happened in many temples in the south and as well in the past, even in the Somnath temple.